It's about 10:30 in the morning, Thursday morning. I had to clean my desk and work area after finishing up some projects to take some pictures for an Instagram challenge of your workspace. So I figured while I had it semi-decent looking, I might as well shoot my craft area tour really quick. A disclaimer though, we are renters, so we don't really have any control over the wall paint or the carpet, both of which we know are run down. But again, we can't really do anything about it because we don't own the place. So we're making do with what we have. Our hope is that we're moving relatively soon anyway. Someday we'd like to own a house of our own, and I'll have my own craft area that I can paint and decorate and do what I want with. But in the meanwhile, this is what I have. So we're working with it. We already know that those things are in poor condition. Most of our furniture is secondhand, with the exception of, oh, look, it's my new recliner that hubby got for me. It allegedly plugs in and is electric, excuse me, and has a heating element to it, but we don't have that plugged in because we have a pet bunny rabbit and she runs freely through the house and she loves to eat wires. So having things plugged in within reach of her, like a chair on the floor, is a bad idea. But anyway, so most of our stuff is secondhand, and I'll kind of explain a little bit as I go along. If we look, this is kind of a ledge here. And on the other side is the kitchen. You can see our big pile of recyclables and rabbit hay. We didn't get a chance to drop off the recyclables this past weekend, so we're going to have to do it this weekend. But those are my vintage mushroom canisters that I love. So, yeah, the kitchen is on the other side of this little ledge here, and nice cozy. And on this side here, that doorway leads to our bathroom, which you do not get to see. Our bathroom has been frozen for about 2 weeks, and it finally the pipes just thawed yesterday, so I have to do some serious bathroom cleaning. The tub is really dingy and dirty because it kept like water kept melting and popping up the drain, and it's not good. So anyway, so this is my crafting area. This is the one embarrassment. Well, I'm sure the whole thing is embarrassing, but this whole tote of stuff, I don't even know. I still need to sort it and find places for the stuff that's in here. It's mostly paper. I kind of phased out using Coordinations paper for my Etsy shop, and instead I'm using the Recollections paper. So kind of in the bottom is what's left of what I have for the Coordinations and some other assorted stuff that I still have to find a home for. And on the top is my, whoop, that doesn't belong here, must have fallen over, my Harry Potter book, because I'm doing a reread of Harry Potter. I must have got knocked down off the chair here. And some clearance stuff from Michael's on the top that I probably didn't show off on a haul because it wasn't particularly exciting, but I'll have to find a home for that stuff. Anyway, so here we have an Ethan Allen, I think is what it's called, Hutch that we found at a yard sale, free at a yard sale this summer. It's really nice. On the top we have most of my stamps, my clear stamps. And let's see, my Fiskars paper trimmer and my Martha Stewart score tool. When I'm working, I tend to take the score tool and the trimmer and I just kind of keep them on the floor next to me. But when I'm not working, I pick them up and put them away. So the trimmer likes to pop open. I don't have the safety on it because that's irritating. So it likes to pop open, so I do make sure to put it away. Look, there's the recipe for blueberry muffins that I made my husband. Okay, so these are my clear stamps. These are just clear containers that I found at our local liquidators. And you guys have all seen my organization before. I divide it by manufacturer and or by season. And I just put them all in the clear envelopes, the DVD case envelopes or the Avery L pockets, and put it that way. This is a little pile of stamps that I'm currently destashing. More stamps over here. These ones, I don't like the way that they look, but they actually work better. These are USPS Priority Mail shoebox size. I received a couple of orders and I was looking at the box getting ready to break it down to recycle it, and I was like, oh, this would be the perfect size. So I took a blade and just cut the top opening, and they fit in fine. So until I can afford and or find more of these, because I did go back for more and they didn't have any, so that's working out just fine. So let me, I'm still having some problems with my back, so forgive me if I pull out this chair here, and I'll just have a seat so I don't have to bend and open up this cabinet for you. Excuse me. So in here, the bottom left, we have my liquid adhesives, my sealant, that basket. This right here is actually my sewing basket. I don't do a lot of sewing, but and I've shown this to you guys before, my glitter papers go in here so glitter doesn't get everywhere. I've recently started collecting distress markers. So woohoo, there's my huge collection of all 2 of them. Here we have my watercoloring supplies, my watercolor papers, and my watercolor supplies, and also my distress inks are in this container. The rest of this cabinet is just cards that are done and sealed and currently listed in my Etsy store. So, and I have them divided by size and by theme. I won't bore you all with how I organize that, but these are all cards that are for sale currently. And this pulls out more and more that I have for sale currently, and this one as well. A bit of an overflow. So yeah, so that's where I keep these. They're nice and sealed, so they're staying dust free, and they're in this cabinet here, so pets aren't messing with them, and so on and so forth. Okay. Moving on to the left here, this basket on the floor is my scraps, my paper scraps, my scrap queen. These are, once I've cut them down into usable, and they're just divided by color in here. That's where I keep my scraps. It probably needs replacing. It's old. Could probably do with some new dividers and stuff. It's been a while since it's had a refresher. This crammed right here in the corner is actually my light box for taking pictures for my eBay and Etsy shops. It's collapsible and it comes with some lamps and stuff. I don't use it a ton anymore. So this cabinet here, oops, I backed into something. Let me get unstuck. This cabinet here we got at a yard sale a couple summers ago for $15. And I love it. And someday we'll have it refinished and it'll be lovely. But meanwhile, it works just fine. So the bottom drawer is a little bit of an embarrassment, but this is where I keep some of my overstock of opened packages. There's my Saki. Opened packages of 8.5 by 11 paper, my spare Cricut mats. This Cricut mat is specifically for glitter projects, and I have my heavy duty one, and my 12 by 12 papers also go in this drawer. And also my vent covers and masking paper and stick it and all that stuff goes in this bottom drawer here. Next drawer is my card base cardstock. I've got some felt, a couple of 6x6 packs, a punch, some confetti, nothing super exciting in here. This isn't dust. I think these are like paint chips or something. I don't know. So we've got more paper. We've got more 12 by 12 pattern paper, specialty papers, 6x6 paper packs. I have a lot of paper. Oh my goodness. Oh, I can't even get this drawer closed. It's so heavy. Then we have, this is my envelopes and card base drawer. They're all labeled a little bit, but and I have a bit of a stain. This probably could do with a clean and a redo as well. So like here is where I keep my A2 card bases, and underneath and on the side of the envelopes and miscellaneous cards. My square cards and envelopes go here. I've kind of used it a little bit as an overflow for stuff. My A6 envelopes and card bases, my A7 envelopes and card bases. Pretty exciting stuff. All right, standing up. On top of the cabinet, we have this shelving unit, which my husband popped up here for me to give me a little extra storage space. You can see I've got a banner behind there. I didn't even move. This is my crochet cat butt. So he popped this up here for some more storage space. So I've been using it to hold my markers, which is actually working out really nice. And behind it, I have stacked up all of my Spectrum Noir marker refills. Those bottles are back there. It just worked out nicely to hold it. I have that's just paper for the printer, my punch board. This is my scrapbook that I'll be working on this year. Let's see. This is my inventory, my running list of my running inventory for my eBay business. This is my album of pocket letters that I've received. In here, all the pocket letters that I've received go in here. This is my 2017 taxes, which are done and just waiting on my husband's W-2 so that I can file them. These, you guys have seen these before. These are my bins where I keep my ephemera and stuff, divided by season, and then I have one miscellaneous, and then of course on the top, one that doesn't fit. I have an empty shoebox, just waiting for a purpose to use it. My straws, my Xyron. This is just an upcycled box where I keep my confetti that I make. This, I was trying to make it look pretty, but I've decided to give it up, and I'm just going to get one of these. That's where I keep my pen pal letters. Letters to my pen pal. There's a picture of my daughter when she was 10 months old. Never mind the grossies. It's not dirty, I swear. It's just stained. It's a very old house. Let's see. So I have, I was using a wicker basket, but I just recently found this and switched to a plastic basket because it physically fits better up here. But this is where I keep all of my stuff that needs to get put away. Like, if I'm done using it, I can just throw it in here to get it off my desk, and at the end of the day, I'll pick up this basket and put stuff away. I just have a couple of plastic baggies that came, different things have come in that I can reuse. So I keep down there. That's green tote is some Valentine's Day cards that I'm working on. These are a couple of projects in progress. Some stamp sets that I'm working on. These are some Happy Mails in progress that I'm working on. My Cuttlebug, behind my Cuttlebug are my folders of embossing folders. I guess that's the way you would describe it. My binders of embossing folders. So these drawers I haven't done too much with. This is kind of a drawer of stuff that I don't know where else to put. I have some giveaway stuff for my 100 subscriber giveaways in here, and a couple of things that I'll use for Happy Mails. This is kind of where I throw my glue guns, and also I just have some, what are they called? Some punches in here just to kind of get them out of the way. The thing for my sister, I don't know what to do with that. It's hiding in here, and I'm pretending it doesn't exist for now. In here is where all of my glitter and confetti lives. Not glitter and confetti. My glitter and sequins live in here. Oh, this is my washi tape and Nouveau drop drawer. Nothing. I'm holding this sideways. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be irritating. Nouveau drops and some liquid pearls back here, which I'm slowly phasing out. And washi tapes and stuff. I do have, I can't show them now because they're not here. I do have a bunch of ribbon organizers that will eventually get hung on this wall where that Cricut mat is. One below this. This is my embossing, heat embossing drawer, basically. Coffee filters, all of my embossing powders, my clear embossing powder. Makeup sponges that I use to blend. Stamp cleaner. Gilding flakes, because I couldn't think of anywhere else to. Okay, so that's it for this shelving unit. Moving on again. So I should explain, just to make it clear, remind you that we do have a pet rabbit, so we can't put anything electronic on the floor. So we have the computers actually on my desk behind the monitor, and all of the wires and stuff are up here too. They make like little boxes and stuff you can put this stuff in. I'll look into that. Definitely have to look into that. to make things a bit more organized. I have my my heat gun. My heat gun's plugged in. It's just sitting here to kind of get it out of the way. I have a couple of card making magazines I haven't looked at yet. This is my personal budgeting stuff. My daughter's address book, my address book. This is where I log some stuff for an Instagram project I'm working on. Tax reference book, pencil cup where I keep some scissors in, a couple of cards from friends, computer, nothing super exciting. My husband would know more about the computer specifics. Paper clips. These are here to remind me to buy more. Empty ink cartridge and label maker cartridge. Lip gloss. Woohoo! I keep my flyers and stuff right underneath my keyboard for easy reference. I'm aware how hideous this keyboard is. This is something that, this was a kind of a gag gift from my husband. Chair. My daughter peels the faux leather off the chairs and then starts peeling the foam out, so I just duct taped it. I'm very classy to keep her out of it, keep her from destroying the chair more. Let's see, moving on. I have a little shelving unit over my Cricut. The Cricut doesn't fit underneath with the stuff in the cup, so I'm still working on a solution for that. But in the meanwhile, it's just a couple of inches before. I store my current Cricut mat in right underneath here. Pictures of my daughter and nieces and nephew. Some of my nieces and nephews. Just more stuff that I use regularly in the cup. These are those edging scissors that I got from Michael's that I actually don't like. Let's see what we got. This drawer here is fickle. My center drawer. It's very messy. My paper swatches and glues, and I know where to find stuff if I need it. Underneath the desk, I have some reference books. That in the back there, oh my goodness, I've got a pet hair on my finger. I don't know if you could see. That in the back is a box that has a like a pet mat in it for the rabbit to lay down in. She eats the box. And I encourage her to do that because it keeps her from eating my stacks of paper that these are my papers, backup papers that I store right underneath the desk, and every once in a while I'll change the box to something fresh so that the rabbit can chew on it. Underneath the desk here, this shoe box has a bunch of acrylic paints in it. This desk is really great. This was also a free find. It's solid wood. It's incredibly heavy. The only flaw is that this front drawer is really fickle and it doesn't go in all the way. It has two sides that open up, which I love for a little extra space when I'm working. I don't know if you love it. It was open so you didn't see the rabbit just ran by. Oh, there she is. Daisy. She likes to chew on stuff, so... Hi, Daisy. Hi. 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 She only has one eye, so that's why she's looking at me sideways. Because that's the only way she can see me. Hi, Daisy. She's like, I'm just hopping through to chew on some stuff. I'm just chewing on some stuff. Hi, Daisy. Okay, bye-bye. This drawer is my adhesives. Very messy. Label maker. My bag of gems and stuff. This is my rubber stamp drawer, and I also keep my stamping tool in here. I should reorganize that so that it's much more efficient. I've got my baby wipes down here, my punches. Nothing real exciting. But on this side we have, this is my ink pad drawer here. And this one, oh, this is a big drawer. This is my 8.5 by 11 papers that are all divided by color. And when I need to refill them, I refill them from my stash underneath here. This is my trash barrel, this box here. Very excited. Okay, so moving on over here, this is a scratch thing for the cats. The rabbit also likes to eat it. Here's my rainbow cart. I use that mostly as a drying rack for projects that are in progress, stuff that I need to list on my Etsy store. I've shown this before, this clear, it's gonna break, so I need to move this back to where it was actually. This clear 12 by 12 paper holder that my husband found for free, yay! Just has a bunch of 12 by 12 paper packs in it. There's no real rhyme or reason to how they're in there. I figured that I would organize them eventually. That's my postal scale. This awe-inspiring bucket right here is where I keep my paper scraps as I'm working on them. So, and every couple of weeks I'll take these, and the smaller pieces will get broken down into confetti, and the larger pieces I'll cut away from the area where it was used, and then they get filed into the scrap bin over there. So when I need a blue scrap or whatever, I'll look in there. Those become confetti, and the larger pieces eventually go in there. And moving on a little bit over here, you can see my husband's drum set, which is currently the electric drum set that he got for Christmas, is currently in this corner with a box around it to be safe so that the rabbit doesn't eat the wires. We still haven't got a space for that yet. That cabinet there is the drawers and stuff, that's our personal stuff, but the top of it I'm using as my shipping station, I guess you could call it, for my eBay and Etsy stores. So it has all of my mailers and envelopes and stuff like that over there. And then we're here, very exciting. This is the stuff that I currently have listed on auctions on eBay, just right next to my desk, so that I can very quickly ask a question if I need to. But that is pretty much it. That is my craft area. It's not particularly fancy, but it is very inexpensive. And again, someday we'll have our own space. I'll truly have my own space, and we can do stuff with it. I'm not a big believer in spending a lot of money that I can't afford on fancy IKEA shelving and desks and stuff, when there's so much stuff that is just going to otherwise be thrown away that can be used very readily for crafting. I like it. It's my own little space. And it's clean, at least temporarily. I'm probably going to relax and read my book for a little bit and then get back to work. But thanks very much for taking a little tour with me. I hope that you liked it or were inspired by a couple of my little organization things. I'm still not done. Obviously, I have some drawers that still need to be gone through and organized. I need to take care of this. I just realized the sticker on top of my Cricut says Nev. That's my nickname for my World of Warcraft days. So a friend made me that little decal. So this is what I got. This is where my brand of magic happens. Thanks very much for joining me, and take care. Bye-bye.